Okay guys, I'm gonna try to do a bit of an intro here. I'm hiking to a top of a 12,000 foot peak, more or less. It's about 11,700 if you want to be technical. And yeah, it was about 100 degrees down in the valley today, so I'm grateful that I got here a little bit late. Got stuck in traffic for 2 hours. They're repaving the road. Almost turned back, but persevered because I feel like this is gonna be worth it. It's a little early to be in the season to be climbing this, so there's not a whole lot of people here, and I'm here on a weekday. So I'm a little bit anxious, a little bit afraid of getting mauled by a mountain lion or something. It's approaching the hour when mountain lions come out. I'm gonna try to head up to, you can see the trail right here, goes up that way, and then switch backs up. And I'm trying to get to the top of this saddle before the sun sets fully. It's about 6 right now. Should be about 8 when I get up there, I think. Maybe if I'm fast. Should be worth it. Brought my camera gear, and that's pretty heavy. So because it's heavy and it's, I'm actually gonna camp up at the top. In the morning, I'm gonna head up the rest of the way. All right, guys. This is how you fix the sweat problem with the hat. Just make it all look like it's one color. And also cool my head off too. Do it naturally. Okay, maybe it didn't work so well. But at least my head will stay cool, huh? So as I was preparing to come up here this afternoon, I was pretty anxious about this whole thing. Very nervous about the trail up there, and nervous about getting mauled by some animal or something. But once you get out here, once you see things like this, it just, the level of stoke just shoots through the roof, and any fears just go away. So just really grateful to be out here. It's pretty awesome. There's just no other way to put it. This has got to be the best hike in Utah. Well, maybe not this side. This side's amazing, but you want to hit up the other side, Timpanogos. If you're ever in Utah, you've got a day to spare in the summer, like July is probably best because you get more wildflowers. Timpanogos Trail, or the Timpanogos Trailhead up to Timpanogos, is got to be the best hike that I've ever done in Utah. And I just keep coming back, and every single time there's this like wow factor. So very much worth hitting. Just look at this. You can't, it's kind of hard to see, but that's just a wall full of cascades. And then up there, on the top of that, is where we're gonna camp. Oh man, that's sketch. I guess everybody's just going across. So I just have a little bit left until I get up to the top here, I think. But this last, going up the cascades, or all these waterfalls, has been a bit of a nightmare. Got my boots a little bit wet, and I've had to go across a lot of this snow, and that's actually a lot steeper than it looks from this angle. But I'm getting there, and once I'm up there, I think the worst of this trip will be over, because when I come back down in the morning, this will all be lit by the sun. So stoke levels are starting to go down a little bit, but I'm still optimistic. Oh gosh, okay. Well, here's my home for the night, guys. I am so relieved to have made it here. I'm going to set up my I'm actually going to set up my tent in here. I was going to set it up outside, but I don't want to be bugged by any mountain goats or anything. I don't know, I probably wouldn't. I'm being paranoid right now, but the last... So there's a city down there, by the way. Yeah, the last hour and a half really took it out of me. I was getting cold, hungry, tired, and it was dark. So there are a few things worse in this world than the combination of all those together. And the worst, those wouldn't be that bad. It's when you're alone and all those things happen. That's when things are really, really miserable. I mean, I shouldn't set my tent up here. I'm probably not supposed to, but you've got this like layer of security here, and then the layer of security of your tent, and the layer of security of your sleeping bag. And that just makes you feel really good. Alrighty, guys. So hopefully the light isn't doing too weird of things to my face. Well, guys, I think I learned my lesson. This was kind of stupid to come up here alone. I mean, I did let people know where I was going, to my credit, and I had more than enough supplies. I had enough water. I have a way of making potable water. I have a filtration system. I've got more than enough food, and I've got a tent and clothing, sufficient, nice warm jacket. But I should have brought a friend. It would have been so much better. It's just, yeah, don't go hiking alone, especially when it's dark. I misjudged the time. I left way later than I should have. What I should have done is turned around and gone home when I was backed up. My original intentions were good. I would have left at like 4, right? And I would have got up here about 8, and I would have been fine to set up a tent. All the hiking would have been done during the day. But for some reason I decided to go even though it was getting late. I decided to keep on going. Keep it safe. Anyways, that's me. I'm mainly just talking to myself. Lesson learned, don't be stupid. And in keeping with that lesson learned, I don't think I'm going to summit for sunrise tomorrow. I'm going to actually wait it out and head up, I don't know, like 8 or 9. It's not going to start getting super hot until later, and we're going to have some clouds in the sky. I've got more than enough water, so if it is hot, then so be it. I would much rather face heat than risk falling off a cliff because it's too dark and because I'm alone. And then, because I haven't seen another hiker the entire time I've been coming up the trail, and I haven't seen anybody else here at the top. I thought there would be a tent or two up next to the lake, but I haven't seen anything. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer. I'm kind of lonely, but it'll be all right. As soon as the sun comes up, everything will change, I'm sure. So we'll get that stoke back. Anyways, guys, I will catch you in the morning. That is so cold it burns your hands. Just filled up my water down here. My hands are freezing, turned red. So there were some college students that came up a little bit earlier, and they decided to head up the route that I'm taking, and they seem to have gotten up all right past the treacherous part, because that part is just beyond this hut. So I'm gonna head off that way, and we'll try to summit. views, guys. 360. Oh, real quick. That's the peak, I think, right there. You can see this mountain hut. Emergency shelter up there. There's the glacier. And there's where I just got my water. And then there is town and the reservoir. Alright guys, I'm making the tough decision. I'm not going to summit today, and I'll show you why. So those kids that came by earlier, they decided to head up this way. Usually what you do with the trail is you can kind of see it right there. It runs along the edge of this, I don't know, like 50-foot cliff. And it runs pretty close. But what everybody's doing is they're going across there. And I don't have crampons or an ice axe or any of the equipment to do that. And if you were to slip, that's what would happen. You'd go straight off the cliff. Well guys, I am glad that I didn't end up summiting. I think I would have been miserable up there. It would have been me worrying about slipping all the way up, and then it would have added a couple hours to my trip, and then it would have been me worrying about slipping all the way down. It's better to stay here and just appreciate the scene. But yeah, I'm just gonna stay here and enjoy it, and we'll see if we can get a couple more photographs. If not, then I'm gonna eat my breakfast and have a great time. Just meditate or something. So I actually didn't get any images other than the one that I've already showed you, the one of the hut with the mountain behind it. I think the light was just too harsh, and by the time that I had made it my decision not to summit, that I was kind of left without a morning. I want to give you guys some closure, though, especially since you watched this far into the video. I've included some photos that I've taken years ago when I summited this a lot back in college. So enjoy these, and I will catch you guys next time.